Hey everybody, God bless you. I wanted to come on here briefly. I don't want to be on here too long, but I just want to talk about something that's, really bothering me. And I just want your opinion. I want to know what you all think, and whoever may come across this video, have you experienced this? How did you handle it? How did it make you feel? I just want to say this first and foremost, that as believers, we should never stop going to church. We should never stop fellowshipping with other believers. Not every church is the same, and not every church looks the same. There are different kinds of ministries nowadays. There's ministries online, there's ministries, there's house churches. There are people that are trying to get back to the way that the apostles gathered together. They mostly gathered in houses. Okay, so that's even considered going to church. Then you have the typical traditional nice church with the cross on the top or whatever, the churches we are more familiar with. Okay, so there's different kind of churches. So whatever kind of church you go to, don't stop going to church, because we have to have that fellowship, because it's not good to be alone. It's not good to go through this life by yourself. You need other believers. I know when I go to church and I'm around other people who love the Lord, it does encourage my spirit, man. It encourages me, not only that, but to hear other testimonies from other people, and it really helps you. You feel the difference when you from the time you go and from the time you leave, you feel different. At least you should. Now, if you ain't feeling no different, something is wrong. Either you did not leave it at the altar, or you just at the wrong church. Okay. Now, if you're at the wrong church, you probably need to go find something else that another place that challenges you. Okay. So anyway, I'm not on here to talk about that. What I'm here to talk about is there are a lot of people who have been rejected when they have reached out to the church. Okay. There are a lot of people that are in abusive relationships that have been told, oh, just stay. Even though they're getting beat up, black eyes, arms broken, knocked out, unconscious, going to the hospital almost every week. And they're being told, oh, just stay. It'll be all right. God hates divorce. Okay. In which we all know. But no one really seems to care. It's just sort of like, we'll pray for you, and then you kind of sit on your way. There's a lot of different scenarios where there have been people who have reached out, and they were just kind of, told, oh, we'll pray for you. So I just want to say this, in case there's any pastors, any ministry leaders that might come across this video, you need to be careful how you handle people that are broken. I'm going to say that again. You need to be careful how you handle people who are broken, that are going through really, really, really hard stuff. And they may not be members of your church. Okay? I don't understand why they would have to be. But if you know that person is desperate and they've reached out to your ministry, and you are not doing all you can to help that person, and you just promise them you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and I'm going to have this person call you, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to check on you, and you never do, and you push them away and try to get rid of them because you don't want to really deal with it, you don't know how you are affecting that person. You don't know how that person's mental health is. You don't know the hell they got to go back home to. If God puts you in a place to counsel people through the word of God, and to be there for the people that are just broken and they don't have nowhere else to go, why would you abuse that authority? Why would you take that position for granted? We are all, including myself, we're all going to have to stand before the Lord someday. And God knows I do not want to stand before Jesus knowing that I was selfish, knowing that if it was nothing in it for me, I didn't want to do it. Oh, y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody is not in a position to sow all the time, okay? Everybody is not able to pay their tithes. Some people are really struggling financially, and they're still trying to get over what with COVID and all this other stuff. Times are just hard. Let's just be honest. And everybody is not in a position to give. They just need help. And it is wrong for us to make people feel like that the only way we can help them is if they sow into our ministries. That is so wrong. It is so wrong. And it's manipulative, it's selfish, and it's not of God. If you disagree with me, I don't care. Everybody is just not in that position. And so what I'm trying to say is we need to be mindful. We need to be mindful of those that are hurting and they come to our churches asking for help. We need to stay in contact with people and stop pushing people away because they don't look like what we think they should look like. They don't talk the way that we think they should talk. Their lifestyle may be different. I don't know. But in my mind, they could have went anywhere else. But they come to our house of prayer, which is like a hospital. It should be like a hospital, right? Church is supposed to be like a hospital. And the worst thing you can do is basically give them the runaround. It is very hurtful. I know because I've been in that situation. And in the past, I reached out to 2 ministries and neither one of them seemed to really care. And I kept asking God, I said, Lord, okay, I had to work so hard to get somebody to talk to me. Why is that? And I'm in no ways bashing the church. I'm just saying that some of us need to do better. We need to do better than what we're doing. I do feel like we're focused on the wrong things. There was one ministry where all they wanted was money. Everything was about money. Sow into us. Give us $1,000. Give us $10,000. We're trying to build this building. We're trying to do this. But when it came to communication, there was a lack. It was like you were all alone. You were on your own. Nobody cared. You know? You're in the shadows. You don't know what people are going through in your congregation. You may be a pastor. You may be a leader. You may be watching me. You don't know what people are going through in your congregation. And my thing is that if you're doing the will of God in your ministry, and your ministry is exalting Jesus, and you're teaching the pure gospel of Jesus Christ, you won't have to worry about money. People are going to sow into you regardless if you are real. I said, if you're real, they're going to sow. Jesus is going to take care of your ministry if you are representing him like you should. So you don't have to beg people to give. They're going to give regardless. Because if you truly are following Jesus, they're going to believe in you, right? I've experienced rejection many, many times, but there was a point where I really needed somebody to talk to. I really needed some kind of spiritual counseling. I needed something. Thanks be unto God, I have a strong mind. Thanks be unto God, I've been walking with Jesus since I was little. Thanks be unto God, I'm close to him. I can't imagine if I was a baby in the faith. I can't imagine if I wasn't saved and I didn't know the Lord and I didn't know the Bible and I didn't know scriptures. There's no telling what I would have done to myself There's no telling where I would be. They literally gave me the runaround. And I, to this day, don't understand it. If somebody is crying out to you, you see them crying in church, and all you do is stare at them when you know they need help. I don't understand that. So I'm going to wrap this thing up, because I don't want to talk out of my flesh. I don't want to talk out of emotions. I'm just trying to make this plain for you people who are leaders. And you don't have to be no leader. You could just be a regular Christian. You are a disciple. If you save, you are a disciple of Jesus Christ. If you have somebody reached out to you for help and you have not checked on those people, you are in the wrong. Those people came to you for a reason. God sent them to you for a reason. Check on them and make sure they are okay. They could have asked anybody else. They could have went to anybody else's ministry. They could have went to any other church. They chose your ministry because they needed help and they thought you would be able to help them. There are times when you just can't help people. I get it. But when you just say, oh, we'll pray for you, and send people away, they can feel that you don't care. They can sense that. Not only that, but God knows. He knows your heart. He knows all of our heart. That we can't hide from him, okay? You can put on a show, but you can't hide from him. That goes for me. Anybody, we can't hide from him. We got to make sure that we're doing what we're doing because we love the Lord. And I say that all the time. And I tell myself, why are you doing this? Why are you going on YouTube? Why are you making these videos? Make sure you're doing it because you love God, not for attention. I have to stay on my own self because I don't want to go down that road where I'm doing what I'm doing for fame and attention. Oh my goodness. I just wanted to talk about this because this is a common problem. And maybe some pastor or maybe some leader may come on and just so happen to see this video. Please take time to be aware and really check on the people who've cried out for help, who've came to you. They could have went anywhere else. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off of here. Don't you know that's why a lot of people have turned to witchcraft and paganism and all kinds of ancestral worship because they did go to the church and the church turned them away because they didn't want to answer their hard questions or they didn't want to deal with their demonic activity that was happening to. There's a lot of people that have had demonic possession, demonic activity happening in their lives, and they didn't understand what was going on. And they went to the church and the church was not able to tell them what was going on, to help them and give them spiritual knowledge and to help them get deliverance. Either because they didn't believe in it or they just were scared. You have people who are atheists now because they feel that the church just didn't care. And don't get me wrong, some people try to find the most smallest reasons why they want to stop going to church. I get it. But there are some people who really did have a sincere heart and they really wanted help. And nobody wanted to help them because it was just too much for them. Oh, that's too much for me. I ain't got time for that. I got my own problems. But that's what you're called to do. And then you have those who simply just kill themselves. They just committed suicide because they felt hopeless. Well, I went to the church. Nobody cared there. So what am I living for? These things are real, and I just want to expose it. I want to talk about it. I know many other people have talked about it too, but I love the church. I love my brothers and my sisters in the faith, but sometimes we do not have the right things on our minds. We got the wrong stuff, worrying about the wrong stuff. What does the word of God say? If I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me. Lift up Jesus in your ministry. God is going to take care of the finances. I'm not saying you're not supposed to try. I'm saying stop worrying about it so much and let God do it. He will bring the people. He's going to bring the finances. He's going to fill the seats up. But we need to be concerned with the most important thing, and that is souls. That's those that are hurting. That's those who don't have a voice, who feel like nobody hears them. Those who are screaming on the inside, wishing somebody would just listen. Again, I thank God that I have a strong mind, because I'm thinking about all the people who are not there yet. Okay? God has kept me. He really has. But I just, it makes me sad when other people, I see people say, nobody wanted to help me. We got to do better. We really do. We need to do better. And that's all I want to say. You want to leave a comment, that's fine. But that's my take on it. I just feel like we need to stop letting the enemy distract us. Money is the root of all evil. It is. And we got to stop letting the enemy distract us away from the souls. Those people that are in the shadows in our churches that we don't pay attention to, those are the people that really need support. They come to church, they serve, they're diligent. Don't you know them people probably got a lot of stuff going on at home, and they just need somebody to say, hey brother, how you doing? Hey sister so-and-so, how you doing? I promise you, if you would just take the time to sit down and actually listen and talk to them, you'll find out a whole lot of things. But in some of these big mega churches or these big churches, there are a lot of people who are hurting in the congregation. And all I'm saying is maybe take the time to care. Talk to them. Listen to them. Actually listen. That's all I'm saying. God bless y'all.